What's up guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to make a handboard deck right here. Can you see it? Yeah, it's pretty rad, right? Yeah, this is part 1. It's going to be how to make the deck. Stay tuned to part 2 and part 3 of how to make the trucks and wheels. Let's get right into it right now. Boom! So to make a handboard, the things that you will be needing first is definitely resin. This is like a type of glue, epoxy resin, that makes the fiberglass hard and sticks together. Next, you'll need fiberglass. This is the fiberglass. It's like, you can buy it at any like boat shop or something, like a shop that has something to do with boats and stuff like that. You can get this stuff, it's pretty cheap. Next, you need some handboard decks covered in parchment paper. If you don't have handboard decks, you can just use like a piece of wood that you snap to get the kick out of it, you know, like the nose and tail. Yeah. You'll be needing some clamps to clamp everything together so it presses into these 2 handboard decks. And also, you'll be needing a container, any container. Just remember that you can't use this container anymore because you're going to put some resin in it and you have to throw it away. And also a spoon that isn't reusable. That's all the things you'll need to make this super sick handboard deck. I'm going to show you how to do it right now. Okay, I'm going to be using this piece of wood to use as my platform to do my resin stuff so it doesn't get on this amazing table. Okay, first I'm going to be cutting out the fiberglass into 10 sheets, which will be the size of the handboard, which is 11 inches times 3 inches. But you can just like trace it over the handboard, just get it bigger than the handboard. Okay, let's go. Alright, I've finished with cutting the fiberglass. I've got in total 10 layers of fiberglass sheets. Now let's get on doing the resin. First, container. Next, get your spoon. Okay, and your resin. For this resin, it will be 2 parts resin, 1 part hardener. So just please do as the instructions tell you to do, or else it might not cure properly. The way I do it is I just get the epoxy resin. So I'm going to be doing 4 parts to 2 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all the resin you'll need. And put in some hardener. 2 parts hardener. So I'm going, oh, this is so hard to open. I'm going to let my dad open this exactly like last time when I tried to open this. Let's see if it's gonna happen. What, first try? Oh my god, he's like the Hulk or something, I don't know. Like he's just too strong. 1, 2. Okay, that's enough. And now you'll have to mix this for 2 minutes. Constantly mixing for 2 minutes. Okay, I think that's probably enough mixing. I've got my batch of resin. I literally forgot that there was a hole under the spray paint can and it was dripping for a second. I didn't even notice. Okay, now we're going to put our first layer of fiberglass on. Clean out the rest of the fiberglass that's on the table. Get it out of the way. And by the way, if you want your fiberglass to be like super clear, try to fully coat it with resin, like fully coat it with resin. Make sure you can see the base of your working space. Okay, 1 spoon, all around. That's probably enough. And now you just spread it with the spoon. fully spread it until you only see black on the bottom. Okay, so this is what it will look like after you finish coating it with that resin. Yeah, you can literally see the bottom piece of wood through that. That's how you'll know it will be perfectly clear. And always make sure that when you put on your resin, it's bigger than your actual template, so the resin can go all through the plies and come out perfect. Nice. Okay, let's get it, everybody. This is how I'm gonna do the graphic. I just printed out this super rad picture of my friend's cat calling a teddy bear, and I'm gonna put it down as my last layer right here, so it will capture the print, because fiberglass is clear, so it's gonna be pretty rad. Let's go. Okay, I'm gonna be cutting this out diagonally, just like this diagonal. Pretty rad. And another diagonal, so I get the maximum amount of length on this piece. I just like put it down. Yeah, that's pretty good. 1 spoon of resin is enough for a piece of paper. Okay, I'm finished with the resin pouring. You can kind of see the cat in this picture, but when we put it in this press, in the 2 handboard decks, the colors will pop out a tiny bit more and you'll see it a little bit better, because the resin will have time to soak into the fibers properly. Let's do it. Now I'm going to put it in between the 2 handboards, but I'm going to tell anyone that doesn't have a piece of wood or wants to do it a little bit more technical for this mold, or doesn't have like 2 decks, I'm going to show you a picture of how to make a mold. I've made one before, right in the screen. Okay, let's go. Put the one with parchment paper. Gotta lift this up, every single layer. Lift it up. Woo. Let's get it. Okay. Oh my God, this is like really wide. Boom, fully clamped. We're gonna come back and see how it's cured in 3 hours. Okay, for now, just gonna let it sit right here. Come back in 3 hours.
3 hours later.
No. It's more like
2 days later.
Okay, I'm back. It's been a little bit over 2 days. Let's see what has happened to our handboard. Okay, wow, that looks great. That looks amazing. See this? Yeah. Now we're gonna be sanding it. You just keep sanding the edges until it gets like super smooth and super even all around. Because you see this, there's still like some uneven parts right here. There's some uneven parts over here. So we just keep sanding it until it looks good. Okay, let's go. This is what it will look like after you sand it down. You see these edges are like white and it looks really good. It looks more finished. So now we are gonna get some super glue. You don't necessarily have to do this, but if you get some super glue and you put it on the edges, it will help your edges stay together better. So just do it all around the edge. Now that's basically it. After you super glue the sides together, you can sand this down a tiny bit more to get it more like circular and more smooth on the edges. But for now, you have a perfect handboard. The last thing to do is to put holes in them. Let's do this right now. I've got a deck and I've also got a marker. So if you don't have a deck, you can also like try to estimate it by getting a ruler, draw a square, and put holes where you want the holes to be. And it also depends on like what base plate you have or what base plate you're gonna make. So since I have a handboard, I'm gonna put this handboard on there, make it as centered as possible, and then just gonna put in the dots. That marker wasn't working, so I've got a Sharpie. See if this works. Ooh, that looks good. Okay. Oh, we got the holes for the base plate drawn on there. That looks really sick. Now, there are many ways to put in these holes, but the best way I found is using a super small like pin nail, hammering them in, and just, that's it. Yeah, I'm going to get it right now. Okay, I'm gonna be using this piece of wood, so when I hammer this pin in or this nail in, it won't destroy this table. You just hammer each and every one of them right in the center. Boom! First hole done right there. Okay, we just do this with all 8. Yeah, let's go. We're all done. This is episode 1, how to make a handboard deck. If you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe, comments. What would you like me to make next after this handboard? Maybe a fingerboard, maybe even like a paper skateboard, I don't know. Just comment it down there and stay tuned to part 2, how to make some trucks. Let's go.